did not say that he still sucks after he had big spots. He puts on good match after good match. It's not just AJ Styles.
I think he's gotten better. I think AJ's helped him between these last 2 pay-per-view events and kind of given him even extra heel status, but also helped him with his ring ability. Unfortunately, though, when you get mangled with a steel chair about 8 times, and then
that's what we were worried about.
The Styles
clash on the chair, and then all of a sudden you jump back up and throw a Superman punch and then get the win. I was like, it was the same ending as we saw at Payback
with the spear.
Exact same ending,
and it's unfortunate because AJ Styles is such a big name, and not just because TNA. People have known him from New Japan Wrestling, from the indie scene. He's well known. And he came in, and all of a sudden you see him get this big push real fast, and now it kind of seems like they put the fire out a little bit with AJ Styles.
Well, yeah, because now he lost on Monday Night Raw in the Money in the Bank qualifier cleanly.
We'll get to that.
To Kevin Owens, and the club and him
are no longer
Splitsville.
Yeah.
So we don't know what's going to happen with AJ Styles. I have some predictions on what I think could happen, what should happen. But like the Loganator has been waving me off. We will get to that in the next segment.
Excuse me, you waved me off beforehand where I got so excited about Kevin Owens. So,
touche, my friend, touche. So yeah, it ended the same way, and I said, you know what? If it's going to end like this, something's going to happen afterward. And lo and behold, the man returns. Seth Rollins is back, baby.
That blew the roof off at Prudential Center in Newark. I mean, when Roman Reigns got the win, the boos were insane. And then all of a sudden, whose music hits? He comes running down to the ring. I, for one, would have loved it if it was a curb stomp, but you know that they banned that move, unfortunately. But he hits the pedigree, and the house was rocking. I lost my voice. The next day, I could barely speak at work, and I was like, what happened? I was like, oh, wow.
Everyone got a nice little ending, a nice little taste in their mouth after.
It was a great taste.
Just seeing Seth Rollins return. Vince McMahon had mentioned that a few wrestlers would be returning. I didn't think Seth was going to return that soon because that injury has sidelined wrestlers for almost a year. Mm-hmm. So to see him come back that early was great. And you even said
when we were walking to the arena before, when we went to the parking deck, you were on your phone and you were like, look, Forbes said that Seth Rollins is supposed to return tonight.
And Forbes I can count on.
Yeah, you're like, it's Forbes. It has to be legit. And I'm like, maybe. We'll see. And I had a feeling, too, in the back of my mind because people were posting on Twitter, oh, Rollins has been seen in Newark, downtown Newark.
Yeah, they said that they said that during Payback. During Payback, they said that they saw CM Punk enter the arena.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to take some of them with a grain of salt.
True. But
it was great to see Seth Rollins back. And this is a good way to get into the break because when we do come back, his talk on Monday Night Raw, his little speech on Monday Night Raw, got fans. We thought he was going to be the face. And just like that, he turns into a heel as he's back to his old ways. But we'll get back into that when we come back. This is Ringside Rumble Radio here on Spreaker.com and free on iTunes. I'm Anthony the Ant-Man alongside Keith, Logan, the Loganator, Mr. Periscope himself. And we'll be back as soon as a jiffy.
Man, do I love card night. You ready, boys? You got a king?
Go, fish dad.
Oh, come on. This is WWE superstar Titus O'Neil. The smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life. Take time to be a dad today. Learn more at 877-4DAD-411 or visit fatherhood.gov.
Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
Ringside Rumble Radio. Make sure to listen to us on Spreaker.com and free on iTunes. This is Keith the Loganator alongside Anthony the Ant-Man Rivera.
Indeed.
Make sure to follow us on Twitter at Ringside Rumble. Like us on Facebook by searching Ringside Rumble Radio. And hey, don't be a lemon. Be a rosebud, everyone. Listen to Ringside Rumble Radio.
The Exotic Express has made a pit stop into our studios with this lovely T-shirt that you have.
I'm actually really liking this T-shirt.
You know, all my wrestling shirts, they're all like the black. Yeah, and it gets so hot wearing these things, and you got this colorful shirt.
I remember freshman year of high school, I think I wore wrestling shirts 3 days out of the week.
Good job there, buddy.
I'd wear my Y2J. I had a Rock T-shirt. I had I had like 5 Stone Cold Steve Austins. I had Kane, and there's a couple other ones I had. But those were like my go-to shirts. I was big into wearing those back in freshman year of high school. And then I kind of retired them because a couple of ladies I was interested in high school, they weren't too big on wrestling. So I was like, I got to change my wardrobe up a little bit. And then now you get a little older and you're like, screw it. You just wear whatever the hell you want.
You got that right, buddy. I'm rocking the Samoa Joe.
I like that Samoa Joe. Got to get a TNA
Submission
Samoa Joe.
Specialist.
Get a TNA Samoa Joe shirt. We'll probably have those on clearance. $5. That's my go-to. $5.
$5 T-shirt.
This was $6.99. So, but Shopstone had 20% off coupon. So
what did you get for $3?
Got for like $3-4 around there.
There you go.
I know how to shop.
You know what shirt I like right now? The new Seth Rollins T-shirt.
I was just gonna say, it's funny you said that. I was thinking that the other night. He wore that coming down to the ring on Extreme Rules, and then we got home that night pretty late, and I was online, and they already released it. I was like, oh.
Redesign, rebuild, reclaim.
It was. I might have to get that. So maybe I'll splurge and wait till they got like a buy one get one free sale, something going on.
Yeah, because it's not $5, man.
No, it's like $25, maybe $30. So speaking of Seth Rollins,
still having trouble with it. Still having trouble.
Speaking of him, he came back on Monday Night Raw, and the fan got a standing ovation. And he even said, "Are you guys going to let me speak?" And started speaking, doing his spiel, and then started saying about how much he got all the fan mail and letters and pictures and cards. What did he do with it? He burned it all. That's what he said.
Straight 180 flip.
Hey, oh, yeah. But it's the thing that Vince McMahon, I feel, this is what I think, the writers and Vince McMahon, they have such this big... I want to stay clean on this, but you know what I'm saying. Hard on for Roman Reigns. And they really want to keep him as a face. But the fans don't want him as a face. They want him as a heel. So what do? Rollins got a huge pop. Oh, we're going to change this. We're going to have him try and play to the fans and be like, oh, well, I burned everything and play the heel. But it really didn't seem to matter because people were still kind of cheering on Raw.
It's more shades of gray now than heel face like it used to be.
Uh-huh.
But I kind of just want to see how this plays out.
So do I.
Are they going to just leave it like this where Roman is the face and Rollins is the heel, or are they going to do the old switcheroo later on? So I just want to see how the storyline plays out for a while.
Mm-hmm. And even Rollins tried to give a hug to Stephanie, and he was kind of like...
That was probably bigger than his confrontation in the ring with Roman Reigns. I thought that was key. Watching Stephanie not give him the hug when he came back. I thought that was key, and I look for that to go on storyline-wise in the future. But as we know now that because of Shane McMahon, Seth Rollins will face Roman Reigns for the World Heavyweight Championship at Money in the Bank, as well as the Money in the Bank ladder match has 5 participants already out of 7.
Yeah.
We have Cesaro, who defeated The Miz.
Yep.
We have Chris Jericho, who defeated Apollo Crews. Sami Zayn over Sheamus.
Well, yeah, I kind of saw that one.
Ambrose defeated Dolph Ziggler.
Mm-hmm.
And Kevin Owens defeated AJ Styles, which we mentioned.
That was a shocker, but at the same point,
why not, though?
you kind of saw that coming, because even when I said last week, I was like, this is what's going to happen. And you kind of were like, maybe, but I don't know. But I said, listen, this is what's going to happen. Kevin Owens is going to lose at Extreme Rules. He's going to move on from the IC title. There's no need for it anymore. He's going to be put into a qualifier match and goes on to win and goes to Money in the Bank. Now, if you like Kevin Owens, you're happy about this 100%. But this just plays out even better, because now, if Kevin Owens goes on to win Money in the Bank, you have this great mic talker, wrestler,
Skywalker,
holding this contract, waiting to cash in. And it can be played on so many levels. You can have him rip on how he always loves to rip on Michael Cole, do something about that. It could just be played all over.
I only see two possible ways this is going. Either Dean Ambrose wins and we finally get the triple threat Shield match, or Kevin Owens wins and holds it for as long as he desires for the year.
Well, we also on SmackDown, another entrant got into the Money in the Bank. A favorite of yours, Alberto Del Rio. Which I don't see.
Win.
I think they just threw him in.
I mean, I could be wrong. Alberto Del Rio or Chris Jericho could possibly win it, because last year they went with Sheamus when obviously there was better people to go with.
Yeah, but I hope neither one of them gets that win, but who knows? We don't know.
Don't you remember there was a day and age in wrestling where there were certain wrestlers who never won the championship and never needed it around their waist, like the Roddy Piper and the Jake the Snakes of the world and the Mr. Perfects of the world. They never won the World Heavyweight Championship. I feel like you got some of that with the Sheamuses and the Alberto Del Rios and maybe even a Cesaro. I mean, I know I would like to see him win the championship, but does he need it?
He doesn't need it because he's so over with the fans, but would it be great to see him win it? Yes.
It would.
Because I would personally
I just think there's the pecking order, and there's so many more people above him right now.
Who, Cesaro?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I agree. Because figure he's just coming back from serious injury.
You're also forgetting, as well as John Cena's coming back, Bray Wyatt probably will come back, Randy Orton will come back, and of course those guys are above him in the pecking order, and they're not even there right now.
See, I think Bray Wyatt is one who's over, but he's gotten so many losses after losses in either on regular TV or on pay-per-view, that's the point you need to give him a title just to give him a run at something, because his feuds just end, and there's no conclusion to the feuds.
Right.
Like the John Cena feud, it just ended, and nobody. It was like a lost train driving through a tunnel, and we didn't even know what happened. Did it get out? Did it survive? We don't know. Nothing happened. It just ended and moved on to something else. Who else was he in most recently? The Roman Reigns one. That ended abruptly, too, and it kind of was just like, okay, now what?
Yeah, because every time people get tired of hearing Bray Wyatt talk and then lose every time.
Yeah, I do, especially. But
and I like Bray Wyatt.
So do I. He's great on the mic.
Let's not forget also that Brock Lesnar's lurking around somewhere, and he's just going to be in the title picture always.
Oh, yeah. He's a part-time guy. Could you see him come back for the U.S. title? No.
No, absolutely not.
Never.
I mean, no.
Nah. Because then you got to be a full-timer.
A couple of other big notes that happened on Raw that we did not get into. We already got into the Charlotte breaking up with Ric Flair. Another breakup between AJ Styles and the Club. That was quick. It kind of reminds me of 2002, was it, when they brought the NWO back, and they quickly killed that off, splitting Hogan and Hall and Nash.
They could have ran with this